And they're finally protecting the Shadow Fiend. Shaker just sitting behind him, but damage is somewhat already done. I think if you're Tongfu, you're okay. Just let the Shadow Fiend farm for a little bit. As Joke is fencing around, looking for that Omni Slash. Can't quite find the opening. So Tongfu, knowing that they have the lead, trying to play a little more greedy with their laning setup. Make sure someone's farming every lane and the jungle. TA will farm the Ancients. They may look for a smoke here soon. Chen has the 3 creeps, the double wild range, the double smoke to go with it. Got him! Easy. Easy double smoke. It takes 2 heroes to reveal a double smoke. If it's only one, they'll never know what hit them. Bit unfortunate. Well, they're gonna make their way up to the up the ramp, down to the south side of the map. Swinging around towards DDC, dropping wards. Now rotating mid, perhaps. Traps are ready for Inflame, and well, your precious Shadow Fiend, look at it go, my friend. See you later, Inflame. Oh my god. He is sad, and now the chase is coming out. Phoenix will dive in. RTK has an egg, but needs to find a better spot to place it in. There's your egg. It actually works out okay. Blade Fury coming out after an Omni Slash. They got 1 kill so far to start it, but they've committed a lot. The egg, the Omni. Ooh, 9 does not have any more refraction charges. He'll be forced back, but Queen of Pain's here to follow it up. 3 down. Now the ulti comes out. A blink. A scream. Can they kill off this jug? 1 more auto tech gets fogged. Ticking down to the Shadow Strike, though. The Mask of Madness comes out. He's going to pop it while still under the influence of Shadow Strike. Where are you going, CYF? You're going back to the well. 4 now down, and the chase not over just yet. Good news for EHOME as they respawn very quickly, but they are TP'd into multiple Wild Wing Rippers. It's a tornado watch in the mid, and they will catch King J as well. Rocket comes out. King J tossed back. Already used the Hand of God. Can he find that Test of Fate? Nope. It's a cooldown anyway. You know? That's not even bad for EHOME, as it turns out. I think they had 4 kills there. It's not counting the Shadow Fiend that died first, but still, I think that 4 for 3 is more or less even. As Unai wants to make it another kill. Refraction coming off cooldown. He's gonna commit for this. Oh, this is where the throws begin. Tower dive down for the count. And despite Shadow Fiend being 0-4, he's only 2,000 gold down on this TA. That is honestly not that bad. They're catching up, boys. The graph. I mean, despite the score going from like 6-0 to 10-4, it goes right up the other way. Well, the momentum lost a bit here for Tongfu. And having used their Hand of God, having committed the Queen of Pain ult, they kind of have to wait for these to cool down to make their next move. And this is the comeback. It begins now. Curious what the build will be for Inflame. I was gonna say you might want to go for the Yules just to kind of kite and control this TA a little bit, but we'll go mech. Good mech game. You're up against the TA. It helps you survive against the physical burst. And it does have a nice cheap build up. Easier to put together than the Yules. I think that's the big advantage. The offlane Phoenix in theory can build your mech, but generally we see that either just Tranquil Midas or sometimes you get the Urn and then go into the Midas. Could even just rush a utility item like the Force Staff or potentially a Yule Scepter. They're setting up for RTK. Not really the right creeps to gank a Chen, but it's the right creeps to make him sad. He'll get nuked. He'll get spun on by these tornadoes. Forces 1 Wild Wing River back. It will be last hit by RTK. I'll take that gold. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Chen. Apparently we're on the same team now. In the meantime, CYF able to take a tower bottom. So the Mask of Madness Yasha nearly complete now. We're going to see EHOME try jungling. They just want to play defensive here. The key thing for EHOME, do not lose this tower and do not lose this tower. You lose your tower, your tier 1 mid or bottom, then you're in a lot more trouble. Shadow Fiend will have trouble accessing this jungle. The one weakness of the EHOME draft is they're not particularly mobile on their back lines. The Shadow Fiend, Earthshaker, Rubik, they'll have trouble just safely moving from camp to camp. So as long as they're able to defend that tower, giving up this tier 1 top, absolutely fine. We're going to see the Midas come out now for RTK. And it's turtle time. I think if you're Tongfu now, you definitely think about taking the Roshan. Your 5-man really isn't that strong, even with that early gold lead. It's still 3,000 gold lead with the 1 tower. Now you're fighting into Shadow Fiend mech, so now it gets a lot harder as Juggernaut will make his way into ZenQ. He's just going to go for the quick Omni, and before the Queen of Pain could even get the Blink on cooldown, gets the kill. Normally you hold the Blink there when you go to check the rune, but he's not expecting the ZYF rotation. Gets them right on the board here. EHOME, they're coming back. They'll farm their Ancients now for the Jug. The economy is suddenly just fine. Mech's out, and the Shadow Fiend is mentioned. Now is an Invis rune. Oh, actually going to wear off. Thought he might even be able to sneak in towards the Roche pit and make some big Swagger Fiend comeback plays. Hookshot in mid. Now the hookshot stolen. Oh, big plays by DDC. Oh, actually did it. Okay, got the batters. I really thought he'd get the hookshot there, but Zex Bingo barely able to cast the type. Still, Rubik will take any spells at this point. He's just happy to be level 6. And you wouldn't know that EHOME were down 0-6 because they're playing like a team that has the lead. They are going to push through the mid lane, have the healing wards, have the egg online. No easy way to stop that RTK egg from dropping. We'll get pushed around by Cogs. LPC will be forced back. They're now going to fissure Zex Bingo. But those Cogs working against him as traps come out. RTK still has the dive available if needed. Now, out comes the Echo Slam on... Not sure what he actually hit there. Maybe Queen of Pain able just to blink away in time. The egg is used on the backlines, though. Very nice egg placement. Not good enough. They'll end up going down. A 2-for-1 exchange. Tongfu barely able to cover that in time. As Shadow Fiend now with the Requiem to use the mech deploy. Gonna TP out. It's EHOME who overstayed the welcome, and it's EHOME who will give up 4 kills the other way. The Whiffed Echo. I guess no Juggernaut Omni Slash that fight was the other big thing. Because of that, Tongfu able to walk away with the, what was it, 1-for-4? Yeah, 1-for-4 exchange. 2,100 gold swing and a Roche. So they not only win the fight, they'll now get an Aegis. TA, one of the better Aegis carries in the game. Gives you time to get another set of refraction for your Blink Dagger, maybe to come to be ready again for round 2 of the fight, if he goes for the Blink. It's out of most physical damage carries, we generally look at it and feel like it doesn't offer that much. Like your Juggernaut, he Omni Slashes once per fight. Even an anti-mage, you only get the 1 mana void, but as well as your Mantis style having a pretty long cooldown. But I think TA out of like kind of the fighting carries is one of the better ones to take advantage of an Aegis. So U9 will get it now, up to 2,100 gold. Can work towards his next item here. We'll see what he wants to do. Manta is kind of your default item. It is really nice versus Omni Slash. Can tank a lot of the hits, can just confuse the Juggernaut in fights, maybe bait out the Omni. Now he's going to pick up some other core items now. Queen of Pain Orchid coming out. The mech on Chen will finally be ready. As good as the laning stage looked for Tongfu, we do have to remember that King J double failed on his sentries. He placed 1 over here, 1 over here. He did not have 1 in range of this spot. I think it was a little more over this way, but yeah. So because of that, his jungle was slowed down. He also didn't even bother to deward this camp. He was stuck kind of pulling to the top lane. That was not really what the start they're hoping for from the Chen. It slows them down a bit here moving into the mid game. Still, they're going to make their way towards mid, trying to bait with the TA on the front lines while they set up the ambush from the rear, but they've been spotted out by a Radiant Observer Ward. They see LPC. They could maybe run the Juggernaut up to high ground, but he has to be worried about that Orchid. He doesn't know about it. Oh no! Witch Doctor. Oh, immediately canceled. Blake, as well as the Quad Bolt, he comes out. ZYF, can he get off an Omni Slash stunned? He does! Oh yeah, that's gonna be rough. 2 down to start the fight. And now the Sunray to force Tongfu back. Oh, that was so close. But they got off the mech from Inflame just in the nick of time. And healing ward pop now as ZYF will heal right back to full. That was pretty risky by EHOME walking up this cliff. They only saw the Witch Doctor, but Lanham with the nice fissure, as well as the mech, able to keep their Juggernaut alive and turn the fight. Already 14-8 your score at 18.5 minutes. The Toilet Bowl is making things interesting here. Unfortunately, the reason I'm calling it the Toilet Bowl, for those of you just joining us, is neither team can actually advance. They are both already officially eliminated from Stage 1. It is IG and LGD who move on into Stage 2 as the go will happen. Bottom lane lift into an Echo. A club comes out. That is a tanky Witch Doctor. He's already got his Urn and Tranquil Boots, but they barely managed to bring him down. It took the whole rotisserie of spells to complete the kill. But they get the job done. U9 trying to do exercise a little map control. He won't go Mansa just yet. Backs off for the BKB. Will now pressure mid. Now comes the double damager. Down goes the tower. Inflame trying to go for the deny. They have a hook shot and they're going to whiff it. Zex Bingo unable to find the openings. Now EHOME. The stolen level 4 paralyzing cast. Oh, that's a big spell steal versus Chen. Just so annoying to tower dive against this. And basically takes his entire creep army out of a fight if the cast bounces the right way. The BKB is not complete. Still, I feel for Tongfu, like, what is the next step for them? They have their Aegis. They're pushing into an extremely strong defensive lineup. Shadow Fiend is getting towards his BKB, despite the horrific start. 1 and 5. It doesn't really matter. This hero is going to find his farm. Oh, no. They might massacre the Chen army. This will really take the wind out of Tongfu's sails. The cask ambush. And down it goes. Tinjay not even going to try to recall it. Just sacrifices the whole squadron. Well, aside from this guy. The last man standing is Huge Archtroll Summoner. Witch Doctor's ugly big brother. Yet to take the tier 1 bottom for a lineup with a mech, an early Aegis on TA, a lot of pressure on the map. It's not feeling like Tongfu's getting enough done, to be totally honest. I mean, it's been fun to watch the massacre EHOME early, but from a standpoint of taking objectives and winning the game, they got more to do. Fissure comes out now on the bottom lane, onto U9, still has the Aegis. They're going to dive on through, as well as the BKB. Don't want to overcommit. RTK trying to bait him in. No, he'll be sent back. Now King J is kind of awkwardly left on his own. Team? 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 No team. Just tears. Just tears now. That's all the Chen has left. Alright. I mean, I've been talking mostly about the Shadow Feeds farm, but quietly Juggernaut is the most farm here in the game. Is bottom lane Zex Bingo will find a nice opening. This is something they need more of. They'll get the kill there, taking down the Earthshaker as the Queen of Pain arrives, finishes off ROTK from a very nice cubby here on the high ground. That's what EHOME need to avoid, and that's what Tongfu need a little more of. And so they're going to turn to split push. BKB is online now on your Shadow Fiend. The team fight of EHOME just leveled up a lot. You look at Tongfu, if they have the Witch Doctor ulti, they do have the TA, but they don't have, like, an Omni Slash or any sort of lockdown even that goes through the BKB. They'll have to stand next to the Shadow Fiend. He will be able to get off his Requiem most fights, barring a miraculous hookshot in traffic to prevent it. This DDC now going to steal level 4 Refraction. Oh yeah. This will help your last hit quite a bit as a Rubik. RTK chucking out the Midas now. He's building towards his Yule Scepter. They want to make a go on the Shadow Fiend. Has the BKB though. At best all they can do is force it out. So now he can split push more freely. Phoenix has to be a bit worried about the Orchid, but the Yules for RTK will allow him to address that fairly soon. And of course Juggernaut, basically no cares in the world now. With the Manta, the Scotty coming fairly soon. What is he have? Everything but the last ultimate orb. Yeah, this lead for Tongfu is feeling rather flimsy now. Experience, they're actually trailing. Gold, about even. Didn't get a whole lot done with the last Aegis. And what started as a 6-0, maybe 6-1 game, is now 16-10. EHOME, they're coming back into it. They're going to smoke, rotate towards the top side of the map. And a rocket will scout out Inflame, but only Inflame. I wonder if Tongfu are suspicious. Looking at their vision right now, they have a trap that's going to spot a few heroes out. Omni Slash is available, but ZYF unable to get in nice and close. In Q, fancy around from the sideline. They do hook Zex Bingo over the fissure just to get him back. Save me, my friend. ZYF now taking a cast. He gets done. There comes the Omni. Onto the Witch Doctor. Didn't interrupt the ulti, though. He at least gets it off for a decent amount of time as Inflame Tries to stand strong here. He's kind of stuck next to U9. Quapple over the top. Where's the backup for the TA? They're not doing anything to help keep her alive. She'll end up going down. Chen did pop the Anagot and Mech. It wasn't good enough. Shadow Feet will fall now. Are they going to buy back? No buyback on Quap. No buyback on TA. They've lost 4. The Juggernaut surviving. Nice egg placement there by RTK. Now Zex Big O could well be next. Crit. Give me a few more. There's a Blade Mail. Blade Mail popped. And just going to kind of wait it out here. Poke. Maybe gets this RTK kill with Battery Assault, but he is going to die. It's going to be a full 5-man wipe for EHOME. Well, starting your fight with Clockwork hookshotting away over the fissure to just save his own ass, that is not an ideal way for Tongfu to take a fight. And on the back of it, EHOME able to really pull ahead here. It's only a 1,400 gold swing, but just winning a fight is so good for this lineup. They've got the better late game, the better team fight presence. Earthshaker eventually going to pick up that Blink Dagger. Your Rubik building towards a potential Force Staff, maybe a Yule Scepter. Once they get this next round of items, they are going to be looking extremely devastating. Yeah, sorry about the sniffles, guys. I'm a little under the weather. I'm getting the land plague. I'm not sure what it is. I think Dakota's Kato guy's been feeling a little under the weather as well. So the two that are left behind are the ones sick. Apparently, it seems the gang who shipped off to Major All Stars, at least for now, they're in the Malaysian sun. Hopefully, feeling pretty good. Speaking of which, if you haven't already heard, Major All Stars is coming up. It'll be starting, I think, in less than 24 hours, or maybe around 24 hours from now. Coddle Guy and I will be sticking around here to bring you the Star Ladder action as well as the Summit 3 games. But you'll have Gods, Winter, and Zyori in Malaysia. Bring you the action. Will be the big debut of the new IG roster on LAN. Empire will be on the other side of the bracket from them. Empire Twitter guy was firing some shots saying how IG are lucky that they're not on the same side. It's going to be a lot of fun. Some Southeast Asian favorites like Rave are going to be there looking to represent the Southeast Asian crowd and do them proud. Even NIP making their way in to replace EHUG. As RTK will take a nasty little melt shot to the face. Pow! But he'll survive. Now, let's see. What have we stolen here? Oh, baby. We got ourselves a Rocket Flare. Tossing the Clockwork back. His own cogs working against him. And these are just freebie kills now. Tongfu do not have a great long-term game plan. At this point, I think your best plan is to try and get a super stack TA who can hopefully just one-shot some heroes. Maybe if they catch the Juggernaut out of position with like a Queen of Pain Hex later on, they could one-shot him. Well, not actually one-shot, but, you know, blow him up before he Omni-Slashes. Outside of that, Earthshaker can be assassinated. Phoenix, they'll need the Hex for at this point with the Yules. He's probably not dying. So, I almost think Tongfu have to try and angle for super late games. As weird as that may sound with Chen falling off, Witch Doctor unlikely to be getting off a great Death Ward. Maybe with the BKB he can. But yeah, I feel their options at this stage of the game are looking fairly limited. They have the Deso now. Some pick-off potential here for U9. He's going to make his way onto Inflame. There is a waiting Shaker though. BKB's getting popped everywhere. Death Ward coming out. Immediately canceled by the Landum Fissures. Now Quap will try to end those two. Chasing onto Inflame. Gotta get this kill. They can't. ROTK. Medic. Medic. Alright, I got you, Heat Buddy. He says, Inflame, don't you worry. Quap gonna blink in though. Commits heavily. Gets one. Looking for a second kill. Is gonna find it. Still the Juggernaut Omni-Slash cooling down. It's a triple for your Queen of Pain to start the fight. Also managed to clean up the Rubik at the end there. Getting 3 kills and make it a 4th as down goes your Phoenix. They needed Omni-Slash. That fight just came down to no Omni. They didn't get off their Requiem either. That's the ideal fight for Tongfu. Catching heroes one by one. Not letting them use their combo. And catching EHOME with their pants down. A little I think EHOME's slightly overconfident there. They felt like with the BKBs, with their Shadow Fiend being so fat, they're going to have a very difficult time on the Tongfu side preventing the Requiem and taking a fight, but they just chased him down. They heavily committed for that, and they secured the kills. Now an Aegis going their way. A second Aegis for Tongfu. It was a dead even game up to that point as far as gold, and now it will shoot back their way. Still though, ZYF did not die. Basher comes out. You get to that point with the ultra late game Juggernaut, where he is Abyssal. Maybe the Butterfly is that one additional item. You can trade out the Mask of Madness, but basically you get to the point in the late game with this kit where he can easily kill like 3-4 heroes during Omni Slash, and potentially just solo kill the TA. If they just auto attack like this quad, one bash and she's dead, and she's actually no bash even needed. He might have gotten one early there during the lift, but didn't get one as she dropped in. Well, easy kill anyway. But yeah, you just get to the point in the game where Jug could, in theory, solo carry this, especially if there's a good Blink Echo. You have plenty of heroes to set you up to secure those extra auto attacks. So I think EHOME's still not going to be too bothered by this Aegis. It may delay their next level of aggression. They're chilling right now. Both teams just content to split push and farm. Oh, well. EHOME the one's content to collect kills. They're going to use the Omni Slasher and the Witch Doctor. A little bit more dangerous there not to, because they are two heroes right next to each other with the cask bouncing around potentially. You can Blade Fury, but then you're not going to be auto-attacking him, so I'll just go ahead, chuck the Omni out. It's not going to be used for 100 seconds, but EHOME unlikely to want to take a fight during this next 100. 9 up to 3,000 gold in his own right. Can continue to progress here. Probably the Daedalus the next choice. I see the Blink Dagger for ZYF. This is just the classic, I want to be everywhere and constantly be able to run heroes down, chase that TA, get off a good Blink Omni on these backline heroes potentially, and ultra mobility Jug, basically. At this point, almost max move speed with the Mask of Madness. On top of that, you can jump your backlines very easily, so. Helps you split push too. It's a good item just to spread the map and stall the game. Not even bothering with the boots of or any sort of teleport scroll though. So he does lose access to that Blade Fury TP out, which can be pretty nice. There's a clockwork to cancel a TP, but in general that's about as reliable as it gets this game. And already, you're Jug gonna look for a solo kill. He's spotted out here. He pops the Mask of Madness though. And, like with the blink, again, he could just blink in, and if he gets a lucky bash, that's a pretty much guaranteed kill on anyone he catches outside of TA, if she has Refraction online. So.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Tongfu, you have to be wary of this. He's the man really getting out of the map though. The Shadow Fiend of Inflame has not really found his farm this game. He's forced to sit back and play defensively.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Zunai will take down the tower bottom up to 4,500 gold now. Small objectives being claimed here. We're now hitting the 32-minute mark. The end's nowhere in sight for either team. This one could go up quite a bit longer. Age is going to expire very soon. What do they got here? 1 minute. Okay, maybe try to push with this.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
You know, one thing EHOME might want to consider investing is a gem. Not just for the dewarding, but you're also up against the traps, so it's pretty. One of the benefits of TA is her map control. One of the huge, I think, underrated aspects of the year coming from the traps. So perhaps we see the gem come out. The Jug is probably the ideal hero to carry it, but unable to. Maybe give it to ROTK. For now, they're going to make do with Sentry Wards. Smoke gank. And it's time. They've got their high ground ward. They want to try and take a fight here. Trying to get vision up the hill. But decided it's a bit too risky to go for it. They'll blink the Jug up. Now he's trapped on the hill. You don't really want to hook that, though. Then he just kills whoever jumps on him. Aegis will be reclaimed. Tongfu unable to get anything done with this, but they may just wait and set up a trap. Let's see if EHOME are going to make their move. This could be very risky. Man, Inflame is feeling very poor. 34 minutes in. He's got 262 CS, but those deaths are just brutal as far as his net worth goes. He's still not really that close to the late game Shadow Fiend. TA can easily man-fight him right now. Now picks up the Crystallis. U9 about to complete a Daedalus. In fact, has the gold for it now. Can buy the recipe as well as the Demon Edge, if he so chooses. Tongfu, basically, it seems like their idea here is just to kind of map control and wait for the next Roche. Starve out the squad as much as possible. Oh, no hook shot. They paint out the shop, and it's a swing and a miss from Zex Bingo. Oh, Hand of God. I think they were split pushing with the Chen creeps. Nope, just jungling. Yeah, there's your gem. Okay, good for EO. As I mentioned, I think this is really important versus TA to deny the traps. In fact, both teams have the same idea. We'll see the double gems coming out. Well, all of a sudden, your Templar Assassin probably gonna U9 probably wishing that he has an MKB as he sees this. The completed Daedalus could come out now. Picks up a Demon Edge. Maybe he even is gonna see it in time and goes back for an MKB. He has spotted the butterfly with this Observer Ward if he was watching carefully. So he may decide just to sell the drums, hold on to the crystals for now, get an MKB. I think that's the much better build this game. Jug is definitely a great butterfly candidate in his own right. It's pretty risky not to go for an MKB. But no, it does buy the Daedalus. Okay. Well, this may come back to haunt U9. They do not have a Hex just yet. Queen of Pain is working on it, so no way to really deal with that evasion. EHOME are going to try and make their jump in on mid, but U9, he's able to retreat out in time. Just split push, dodging, relaxing farming for both teams, and nobody with anywhere to be. Right? It's a best of 3. This is only game 1. These teams do not want to force any fights too soon. Seems it'll be the next Roshan where our big clash is likely to come out. Q. Give me that creep. Give me that gold. Has the Mystic Staff now? The completed Ags will come out for your Clockwork. And it's time for a smoke party. Now that they have their gem, they've been able to deward a lot of their side of the map, and EHOME are going to make their way up towards the Dire jungle. Now, normally, the Dire smoke path is this away, so we may just see both teams completely missing each other. Quap will buy the smoke. They're going to chill here on the cliff. Do EHOME try to drop wards off of this one? Doesn't look like they have any right now. They may... Their wards may be on cooldown. Yeah, 3 minutes. Oh, they're coming. One more set. And we will have that clash after all. It's Tongfu's turn to jump in. Zex Bingo, hook, onto 2, isolates the Juggernaut. He's forced to Omni Slash, just the Clockwork. Great way to start the fight for Team Tongfu. Witch Doctor ulti was quickly cancelled. Are they gonna just run away with it anyway? Templar Assassin getting onto the Jug, bursting him down rather quickly, but the stolen cast comes out. Very nice by DDC. And now Inflame with his ultimate. From the rear comes in Q, but the Jug, the Bash Lord, finds his first kill of the fight. And now everybody on Tongfu's got to run away. It was such a good start for Tongfu. The Omni Slash essentially wasted, just having to use it only for a Clockwork kill. Won't matter. They get 4. It's a triple anyway for ZYF. Just too damn tanky. Now a gem lost as well. With the gem drop there, that is like a 4,500 net worth swing. Although Tongfu don't really need the gem, so I guess it's more... That's more of a 900 gold swing instead of your normal 1,800. Because they already, of course, have their own. It's on EHOME. So, or sorry, EHOME don't need a second gem, I meant to say. So we'll call it 3,500, but still. Big net worth swing there. Now ZYF gonna blink Manta and then blink in here just to try and split push this, or push this tower as quickly as possible. But the hookshot will come in. He's holding an Abyssal Blade. Quickly pops on Zex Bingo. Does not want to auto attack during the Blade Mail. He'll wait it out and now heals up with the healing ward. He's very tanky. The gem is dropped by Phoenix. That's okay. We've got a spare. Say EHOME. Templar Assassin holding a buyback this whole time, but just does not want to use it. Now the Mask of Madness, no bashes. Oh. Oh, they're playing with fire now. Bash, there you go. King J dead. Every bash is a kill. Well, there's your death ward. Not good enough. And playing with a random BKB here, so we'll just try to retreat. Now the Hex committing, but oh no. Omni Slash is ready. Auto attacks, chop, chop, Omni. Oh, no, he dies before getting it off. The Queen of Pain ult killed him. It looked like he was going to cast it. Bit cocky there by ZYF. Really should have been able to Omni that. I don't think he was silenced. You know, I actually may have been silenced by the Orchid. That is possible, though. I think I would have worn off soon. But Inflame does drop the Requiem. And I'll end up dying twice here. All of a sudden, 4 heroes die the other direction. And it's without the buyback on the TA. Unai just waits it out. Oh, a sloppy swing of events here for EHOME.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And I think if you go back to that push, if it indeed was the Orchid that prevented him... Oh, mass buybacks from the Radiant. If it was indeed the Orchid that prevented him from Omni Slashing, then he is really going to regret blinking in and popping his Manta on the tower. Using your Manta when you go this build on Jug, it really doesn't give you that much DPS. Your Illusions don't benefit at all from the Abyssal Blade. They have good stats. They don't get the attack speed from the Mask of Madness active. It's not like you're like a anti-mage with a Butterfly Heart Manta where you've gone for like all stats items and hugely benefit from your illusions for split push or tower taking. As a hookshot comes in, Zex Bingo gonna snatch the Aegis. Nicely done here. This is after a triple Radiant buyback just to grab it. Oh man, what a way to start here. Well, he'll pay. Oh, maybe not. Hookshot's out. Zex Bingo gonna live. Oh, what a play. How sad are EHOME now? They triple bought back to grab that Roshan, and they don't even get it. And now Clock may come back in. He's going to be sent back. He'll TP out. It's time to fight. If you're Tongfu, it seems. They know they get one kill on these core heroes in the next 5 minutes. This game could be theirs for the taking. Cheese was grabbed by Inflame. Now it's the Radiant time to smoke. Ah, screw it. We're going for it. We die back, no problem. We just won't die. They'll get one to start the fight. Blink in and assassination on the LPC. Now the chase coming out for RTK. Phoenix could swing forward with an Icarus dive, but going into high ground territory is pretty likely to die during the egg. So he'll just back it out. Do they really try to push and pressure here? I guess on the one hand, Tongfu don't have the Aegis, but you've used 3 buybacks, so gotta be careful if you're EHOME. Depending how much they value this win, but they seem to be playing to win. They're not clowning around too much. Picking these heroes, generally not playing too suicidally. They've lost a couple fights, but I think that's more just down to Tongfu outplaying them than EHOME totally YOLOing.
Yes.
Well, we're at the point now where Unai could pick up an MKB if he wants it, just to help muscle down the Shadow Fiend. Although, to be honest, it's mostly the Jug who's the issue. I wouldn't even hugely mind like an Abyssal Blade of Unai's own, just to potentially burst this Juggernaut down. The other option is the Hex, which I've seen Smash go for on his Templar Assassin before. Did it way back, and we play Season 2 versus Dendi. Back on the very old Navi. Well, I guess it's we don't play now. Sad to say, but he'll go for the MKB. The kind of more standard safe choice, and does anticipate a potential Jug Butterfly in his own later on. Who went back for BKB? Now 10-second BKB, hasn't used it just yet. I don't really think it's much of a BKB game, to be honest. The main thing that could be irritating for him in the fights is the cask. Otherwise, you have the Manta to deal with the Orchid. There's nothing else you really need to use the Manta for, so... Not sure about the BKB on Jug. Perhaps ZYF just feeling like I might as well spend my gold now, since I can't buy back for 3 minutes, and a BKB is the one item I could get for around like 4k gold that'll really make a difference. Now he's up to another 1.2. Tongfu applying pressure though. They don't have buyback on U9. As he did go for the MKB. His damage potential absolutely insane at this point. Do Tongfu try to break the base? Do they push on through in game 1 of this best of 3? Or do they just chill and wait? It seems chill and wait. Quad-Peds or Hex, though. This could be a nice opener. Actually, I think I had it in the last fight or two as well, but haven't mentioned it, so here we go. Q up on the high ground right now. Dire team, no vision. They are going to see Inflame right now. Do they jump on him, though? They have to know there's a squadron of heroes behind him. Don't really want to commit onto that. Inflame is not the most important hero at this point. He may end up getting 6-slotted and being a high-impact carry, but for now, this Shadow Fiend can be easily dealt with by the TA. It's much more about getting the other heroes. They're gonna smoke, breaching up towards the north. Now finding King J. Oh, well, that was a Chen.
My blade.
And they have stolen the Test of Faith. Send back could be nice. It's an okay spell to steal, I suppose. With buybacks so cooldown, the send back actually could be a pretty big game changer, but the buybacks will be ready soon. 200 gold in a minute for the Shadow Fiend, about a minute for the Jug. And Tongfu is going to force the TP back here. Landham does have his Blink Echo Slam. TA's BKB could start with the Fissure here. Does he get it off? No, Blink Echo immediately. Landham, we've seen this movie before. It doesn't end quite the same way as that Speed Gaming match, though. He'll be forced back. U9 laying into him. Doesn't finish him off, though. They lose the Phoenix. Where is ZYF? It looks like... Oh, no TP. He's got to walk back to base. He still has not bought Boots of Travel, but that's okay. The Phoenix going to buy back here. Earthshaker for Lanham ended up surviving, and it'll end up being Tongfu who are forced to retreat.
I'll take that as tribute.
I guess ZYF has not watched Cloud9's games recently, though. He's really asking for it, not carrying a TP. At this point, your next item is sell those phase boots, get BOTs. There's no reason to buy anything else. And I think he'll probably look in the fight and be like, yeah, I kind of dodged a bullet there. That could have been ugly. Especially when he's got 28k net worth and, yeah, straight into BOTs. ZYF of a singular mind to me here. Well, this game seems like it may come down to Roshan and buybacks at this point. I still favor EHOME in a well-executed fight, but the potential for Tongfu to just find these pickoffs around the map, as I mentioned, or much earlier in the cast when they kind of started to lose their momentum, having the Blink Hex and Quap and a super stacked kind of glass cannon TA this is the potential way to just find 1 or 2 pickoffs and snowball the fight to the point where EHOME can't win with their big AoE combo. Getting bigger now. Getting bigger on the Shadow Friend. He's got the Satanic. And they do have some vision. ZYF. Oh, yeah, Blink. Chase. I don't know why he uses the Manta there. The cast could kind of irritate him a bit, but it's going to be okay. But now that he's used the Manta, he'll be Hex. They have an Orchid follow-up. TA thinking about going in, blinks forward, but finds nobody because everyone already jumped the other way. Now just going to run, as they'll end up being all forced back. Everybody's popped their BKBs. Now the chase goes towards mid. King J going to scatter to the north. Heading to the west is U9, and everybody going to dodge away. It's a Witch Doctor forward Omni Slash. He does not have buyback. Maybe they push on through. I think EHOME are just getting tired of this game. They want to fight one way or another. They're going to try to breach the base here. Buyback up on the jug with the BOTs. And that's pretty much it. Your Tongfu have it on the Chen. So what's the clockwork, but not the biggest deal in the world. Blink in from your Queen of Pain. Nice silence there. Perhaps UI thinks about running in. The Quap Bolt will come out. They're going to lose their tower. Denied, poked down by Big Bird. Let's back off, say EHOME. We've gotten what we came for. A kill. A single solitary kill. Maybe they try to go for the rush. Lurking on the high ground here, and EHOME are trying to contest the Roshan. Tongfu make their way down towards the pit. Hookshot will come in to start the fight. It's on to Inflame, though. Not sure that's the target you want. He gets 4-staffed out. Now the leap forward. U9 gets into it, but he's focusing on a refracted DDC. Gets nothing done, then gets abyssaled and dealt with by the Juggernaut. Oh my, that is not the way to start the fight. Then DDC gonna steal the Hand of God. Throws it out to keep his team alive, and or rather, it's the Penitence, not the Hand of God. But either way, they're going to get the kills. 2 more dropping. LPC will be next. And it's suddenly an ultra kill. Mass series of buybacks from Tongfu to try and hold the line. Quap will blink in. No buyback on her. This could be bad. Is there a bash? Don't even need it. TA blinks it, but it's into the cogs. Wants just 1 kill. U9 throwing his life away. That's a tieback. It's a rampage. They're not even done yet. GG. A double rampage for CYF. Oh, what a game. What a friggin' game. That was ugly. That was a very ugly game for both teams, to be honest. But in the end, EHOME will end up coming out on top. They take game 1. It is a best of 3, though. Tongfu will be looking to come back here, moving into the next match, guys. Of course, thank you for joining me. I'm LD on the Summit. You can follow me on Twitter if you'd like, at LDdota. And I'll be back after this break for a hopefully even more cloudy game number 2. Stay with us.